Hi, Tammy B, Medical Synchronicity. How are you today? Doing well, I hope. Blessed with another day. If you're watching this, you are. I am going to create a space for discussion on meditation and what meditation is doing for me, how I learned to meditate, um, what my observations are of meditation, um, questions I had answered or thoughts, and there may be some that are not answered yet, right? There probably are. And conclusions of my yogic managed breathing success, right? And seeing benefits in my life already. So thank you so much for staying. I wanted to say that I began learning focused meditation about 5 months ago, pretty much to the day, right around Thanksgiving. And it's the end of April right now. And what I've recognized that's bringing me to create this video is recognizing that when changing the thoughts from random to focus, I look at the camera when I say focus because it's drawing my attention to say this powerful, connected, authentic thought stream is so comfortable to have with my body feeling, not feeling stress or icky gut feelings or your stomach, cleaning up all that 60,000 thoughts that we have, my 60,000 thoughts a day, right? Just thinking my mind map just all over ping, ping. It was more like a coronavirus thing. It looked like, right? It was 360 degrees of just, client cells, right? So I've been able to discover that I am responsible for what I see, for what I invite to me, right? We invite everything to us through the law of attraction that is the rule of the universe, right? So what I was able to do was, that's bringing me here today, is that I was able to realize that there's thoughts. I'm like, where is that coming from? So now I don't even ask where is that coming from anymore, from this disciplined meditation that I do twice a day. And the disciplined meditation gives you time with your mind, right? When you have a goal to, or an intention, right? Intention is more the word now. Goals are good, but the intention sets the goal. So I set the intention to, be the me that I want to be a couple of years ago when I started doing this whole cleanup of who I am and become the person that I want to be. So we all have to clean up old stuff and forgive and be kind and be generous, right? Become that person. I want to be a loving, kind person. I am a loving, kind person with powerful, connected, and authentic thoughts. So I refuse to let those silly thoughts come in here and tell me that I'm not good enough to do something, right? Or tell me that there's any failure in any aspect. There is ways of being inauthentic that happens to everyone. We're human. We have this human condition. But in my mind, I'm convincing myself that only powerful, connected, and authentic thoughts are allowed in to stay, right? There's a lot more that goes to clearing your mind the way that I have cleared it. And life simplification was definitely a very big part of that. Also, just the determination to figure out, how do I work, right? Which is bringing me to, how do humans work? Because I'm a human. How do people, right? People, how do we work? And it is getting clearer and clearer that checking in with your state of mind often is very important. your state of mind. Why are you feeling the way you're feeling? So it's always just the introspect on a reflection into a situation. But the sooner you can address and reflect on that, the better, so that you can switch it before the branch it right before the molecules separate our body, right? Before, and then if you're with somebody, right, and there's something going on and you have a upset, angry moment or a misunderstood moment that becomes anger or frustration, you're able to better handle it while you're both frustrated together, right? You're both here together to handle this before this frustration sprouts and goes off to that community and that community, and everyone's doing this about what they're frustrated about, when it could have just been solved, done, and then thrown away over there. Lesson learned, right? So then we've established a boundary. So taking responsibility for my own actions, for what I say, for what I do, in a different way than I used to, right? I had a whole different life before 2020, right? And everything matters now. We could say it doesn't affect me, so I don't care, but that's not the way this works, right? And once you're connecting in meditation, you start receiving the good stuff, right? And once you start cleaning up those 60,000 thoughts and sorting out the bad ones over here, the ones that are negative, right? The ones that are telling you that you're doing this wrong, or like you're late and they're going to be so pissed off, or you're doing, or, you know, all these things that don't relate to anything that's really what's going on. Because how many times have you gotten to where you need to be and they're not even pissed off at all, and you just spent 30 minutes thinking that you're late driving somewhere and that somebody's going to be so upset, and it's not even true. So lackadaisy does have a place. I used to be annoyed with lackadaisy. Now I see the benefit of lackadaisy in situations, right? In some situations. Because everyone doesn't have to care at your level of caring, right? We all have our own levels of vibrations, right? It's a vibration. Your vibration, you care a whole bunch, or your vibration is really low where you don't give a crap. Well, that's a way to measure vibrations, I guess. That just came out. I wanted to present some options on ways that we do meditate, and maybe to let you know that we're not sure that it's meditation that we're doing, right? Because we are born meditators. It's a human condition, right? It's just as long as your mind is working. And who spoke with anybody whose mind doesn't work? Actually, I have, right? Miss Sheila, back in grade school, she was blind and deaf. I used to do sign language with her at the basement of Oklahoma Street School. And I'm sure her mind was working. Yeah, we were talking, so her mind works too. All right, so I'm validating that one. Anyone that has a mind meditates and has the ability to meditate. And using your meditation to your best benefit of your day, of your life, of your family's life is probably the best gift you can give yourself, right? A few minutes. I wanted to go into now then possible forms of meditation. There are meditations where you're alert, right? Like the driving, right? If you're driving somewhere and you're worrying about what's on the other end of where you're driving, you can do what's a waking meditation, which is zoning out. Not always the best, right? But we do it anyway because our car's on autopilot on getting home, right? Our autonomic system just runs the car and it knows how to get home. So I meditate all the time going to work. I've gone to work and my coffee cup was on the roof of my car. And that was like, 10-minute drive, right? So your body or your mind just knows. And because I was not paying attention back then. So I wanted to mention that, so zoning out does count as a meditative state. Cat naps count as meditative states. because you go in and you take your time, right, to just sit down and either settle your thoughts. You can choose what you do. You have control of your mind. When you tell your mind you have control of your mind. Until you take control back of your mind, who's controlling your mind? All those thoughts, right? I'm not saying people or whatever. It's your thoughts, because if you don't let those thoughts in, it doesn't control you, right? It bounces off, right? So taking away those barraging thoughts, and you think it's all inside, but it's coming from all these places outside of us. It's not just inside, it's all energy, right? Energy is just like, be afraid, be afraid, be afraid, right? Don't be afraid, stop it. Take those thoughts when you have fear to think about, why are you afraid, right? Then meditate and ask, why am I afraid of this? And your answer will lead you to the data that will educate you, or a person that will educate you, or an email you'll see, or a big sign on the freeway. Something will educate you to go to the next step, and the next step, and the next step. So there's a process to removing the fear. There's a lot of them, but the one that kept getting me was the synchronicity process of, I asked, why am I afraid of something? Why is this fear in here? I release the fear, but you can't get triggered back again, right? Getting triggered back again is when your heart starts, you start going like this in your chest. And you're not afraid of it, right? So then you're recognizing like, okay, I'm still having this fear trigger. What's going on with that? So, and then that consumes your mind for, who knows, the 10, 20, 30 minutes, or the whole rest of your night or your week, right? You can have a bad week because of something. You don't need to have a bad week. You just address it and deal with it as soon as it happens. Like, ask that question, answer that question, and file it on this side, right? Get rid of it. Start blocking, putting the blocks up for letting this stuff come in, right? Don't let the disgust come in. Don't let the distrust come in. Don't let the judgment come in, or the condemnation, the GD word, right? People think you don't say it because it's disrespectful, but also it's condemnation, right? We don't have a order to do that to people. We have to judge ourselves, which we are our own worst critics. And once we stop judging ourselves, because we're not supposed to, we're not built to judge ourselves. We weren't built with software to judge ourselves. It happens through all the things we go through and that we're told, from things we learn that may not be the best belief source to program ourselves with, or program our children with, or our school children with, or your employees with, or your country with. So forms of meditation, focused, going back to focus, because I'm focused, we're all human. We can be as focused as we can practice when you're concentrated on being focused. So 20 to 30 minute sessions of focused meditation, when, like, before you're going to work on a project, or a meeting, right? Or you're going in the supermarket, you kind of map out exactly what aisle everything's in, so and you can flow and not waste all extra time that you have allocated somewhere else in your day, or money that you have allocated somewhere else in your finances in your life. Help your best judgment, right? Help you to not make those purchases that used to just be at the register, right? Focus helps you with your food choices that you make when you have more time to think about the caloric intake. And when I say caloric, maybe I meant the dietary benefit of the food. I understand now that with working with Dr. Shand, functional nutritionist, that calories are important, but what you put in your body is even more important than the calories. So there could be a very low calorie, not nutritional value food that is works to destroy more than give you energy. Food is to give us energy and repair us, right? And when we're not eating repairing food and energizing food, we aren't benefiting our body at all. I have a yogic meditation that I do for the next type. And I've been doing the yoga, I said, for 5 months. And I am involved with a yoga group, lifeinyoga.org. And my involvement is that I have a commitment to the community every day to show up and share my unity, right, with the group. We all share our, our lessons together, our meditations together. I see benefit in seeing this, familiar faces. How's that every day, right? Different teachers to change it up. So it's always something new. I'm really benefiting from this, being able to focus my mind, concentrating better, having really great segues for a lot of my work that I'm doing, right? The relational segues. My work is a little more organized. I'm finding my answers better and I'm utilizing them. What I thought was gathering chapters for my book, I see there's not just one publication in there, right? It's a different, that's kind of neat. So it's a lot of research for many different topics, which is kind of cool. I like that. It allowed me, doing this focused meditation has allowed me to be an observer of myself, right? An observer of things, observer of thoughts, an observer of action, an observer of people, which I used to do before yoga, although I did not, I'm doing it without judgment. How's that? I'm working on doing it without judgment. Because without judgment. I think that's to be the observer without judgment and just to see what is. So I really do like that. I like the life in yoga model. I've skipped around. I've seen different. I visit different all the time. I'm not saying that I want everybody to go here, which I really do want you to go there, but it isn't my want, right? It's an offering to my family, my friends, my colleagues, whoever's watching this, to say that meditation and getting to know yourself turns you into such a better idea generator, a better person, better at focus, better at memory, better at simplification, better at thinking and not thinking, training yourself to not think, not thinking, which goes to mindfulness meditation. So I am going to leave this a little bit open, this meditation, because I am still learning. I see benefit. Oh yeah, look at yoga. Look at my muscles just came up. That's why. Life in yoga. I got muscles doing meditation. Kind of cool. I'm excited. It was something I never expected from sitting in a chair and doing yoga. Doing yoga for anybody, it only takes like such little effort. It takes effort because you need mind effort to get your cheeks in the chair in the first place. Then the time flies once you're in there. 80-year-old people are on here doing it. 60-year-olds, there's 40-year-olds. I'm in the middle somewhere there. There's younger kids, there's college kids, parents are bringing their children. So there's 8 and 10-year-olds in there. Couples do it together. It's pretty nice. It's a whole different ambiance of unity, right? Of a community together. And I enjoy what we're doing with this community. And I enjoy the education I'm getting from other communities regarding this as well. But I am asking for whole and complete support to your own being, of your family, and what you're creating and have created with them. Try it out. Try it out. It's pretty cool. And lifeandyoga.org. But try out cleaning out your mind, right? It's like spring cleaning anyway, right? Try cleaning out those inauthentic thoughts. And with intention. And catch yourself more when you may have that judgment or disgust. And why do you have it? And is it that other person's fault because you're judging them or you're disgusted with them, right? Or you don't trust them? Is that their fault? So I want everyone to be happy and have a decent mindset and feel what we owe the world instead of what this person owes me because I had such a hard day. Right? We earn, but it's an attraction. We earn it from attraction. We don't earn it from where we probably think we deserve it from. I used to have that mindset, and seeing it different now and seeing as the observer without judgment, without distrust, without condemnation. I just want to help. And there is no help. There's guidance, right? We can help, we can assist in the creation of something with somebody, but you can't really, it's not helping, is it? Because you're not being helped unless you go and you try it. There is children's meditation that I did just find on YouTube. I did put on my Facebook, and that was a really neat find. Yeah, that was a really neat find. The community is getting bigger of meditation in general. So bring your children into it. Focused meditation is not a silly thing. It's a functionality of our human life, same as yawning and stretching, right? And blinking your eyes. That's actually a yogic exercise, is blinking your eyes. Everything activates something. Activate the best you, right? Be your best. 2 random acts of kindness, right? Love your humans. And I love you. Thank you for being here. Namaste. Bye.